All right, joining us now, we've got members of the Alamogordo High School Swim Team, boys and girls, and their coach, Colleen Moon, here with us as well. Coach, how are you today?
Doing great, thank you.
Happy to have you here. If you want to introduce the group that you got here, you've got 6 different swimmers, and I know this is just a part of a big team that you've got for you this year.
That's right. This year we are so excited that we have 27 swimmers on the team. Today, joining us, we've got a returning state meet qualifier, Kecrya Sam. We have Dana Vickrey, who is a senior returning for her 4th year and is one of our team captains. We also have Hailey Fredrick, who is a junior this year and is a fantastic distance swimmer. We've got Robert Germain, who is also a team captain, and he is one of the state qualifiers from 2 years ago, and we're hoping to do a repeat on that this year. We've got Meg Bollinger, and she is a senior, and we are so glad that she's returning to swim for the entire season this year, hoping that we'll avoid some injuries. And Quinton Roth, as well, is a senior captain and also a returning state meet qualifier in a relay.
All right, how's everybody doing this morning? Good? Yes?
Yeah.
Good? Okay, that's what we want to hear. All right. We got it over. We got everybody talking now. That's what we want to see. Coach, I mean, just to start off with, you guys obviously have your challenges just in terms of finding facilities. You're not like many other sports that, you guys have to have a pool. It's not like you can go to a field. You can't go to a court or something. So you guys really need some help from within the community, and Holloman and Alamogordo City has really helped you guys out this year again, it sounds like.
That's right. We are very grateful to the personnel over at Holloman Air Force Base for allowing us to practice in their indoor facility. Without their willingness to let us into the base on a regular basis, we would not have a swim team. As everybody knows, the rec center doesn't have a year-round facility anymore at this time, and we were able to do 2 weeks of start practice out there, and that was very, very important, and that will give us the opportunity maybe even to make state cuts this year. Unfortunately, we are at a disadvantage because we don't have starting blocks to practice on every week before a meet, and so that is a big hindrance to what we can actually accomplish as a team. We are grateful to the community for their support, and we really hope that we're going to have a great year.
Yeah, and I would say, especially around the time that they were making the changes to the rec center, it seemed like there was a lot of people that were speaking up for you guys last year, and it was I thought it was inspiring to see the community rally behind you guys and really try to help support and keep the pool the way that you guys wanted it to be.
That's right, and we're not the only team in town, actually. There is a club team that practices and is also affected by not having a year-round facility, and they too are at Holloman Air Force Base. So again, we're grateful to the base personnel for allowing us access to their pool.
All right, well, let's bring in some of the swimmers. We'll start with Kecrya over here, and Kecrya, this is your senior year, right?
Junior year.
Junior year. Okay, I thought you said senior a second ago. My apologies there. What's first of all, what events are you going to be swimming this year?
Well, I always do the medley relay, and every year I do the 200 IM and 100 back, which is my best event so far.
Yeah. But what's your favorite event? Do you feel like that you could swim in each year?
100 back.
100 back. Okay, that makes sense. It's the one that you're the best at there. And what are you shooting for? Realistically, what do you think you can get qualified and say for? The 100 back, I'm sure, is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what about some of the relays that you're going to be involved in? You think you guys got a chance at getting qualified?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Okay. Coach will answer that in there.
Okay.
All right. Well, we certainly hope that that's the case. And we'll bring in Dana now. Dana, what are you swimming this year?
The medley relay and 100 breast, and then it's just kind of different each meet on the other events.
Dana's a very versatile swimmer. She can swim anything that I ask her to swim, and you need lots of people on the team that way because that's how you score points. It's not just by having the fastest person, but having lots of people that can do lots of things. Yeah,
it definitely. And Dana, the fact that coach depends on you, and a lot of you swimmers to be able to swim all the different events. Do you like trying and working in those different types of events?
Yes, I do. Like I like to do different stuff, so I'm not swimming same thing every meet.
Yeah, gives you an option. What do you feel like the event's your best opportunity as an individual to qualify for state this year?
Individually, maybe the 100 breast, but I think more on the medley relay.
Medley relay. Okay, very good. Hailey looks real excited to be talking now. Events are you going to be swimming for the swim team this year?
Mainly it's the 500 free and the 200 free.
Okay. And long-distance swimming doesn't get, I feel like, a whole lot of love. We've seen it in the Olympics a little bit more. It's gotten a bit more attention. I can't think of the young lady's name.
Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky, okay. Yeah, Katie Ledecky, who, and it's gotten a little bit more attention, I feel like. What interested you in doing the long distance swimming, Maze, compared to maybe some of the shorter races?
Well, I like it because I can pace myself easily, and it's just fun to do.
Just an event that you like.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, we'll slide over here to Robert, the first guy that we'll talk to. Robert, gosh, I feel like I've been talking to you on the swim team for years now. How many years is this for you on the swim team?
5.
5 now. Goodness. Be able to stick with it, and obviously, we talk about the challenges the swim team goes through. You definitely seem to be committed to this group. Talk about your commitment to Alamogordo Swimming and what this group means to you.
We're kind of like family. It means a lot that we could just kind of come together and share something that we all love.
Yeah, Robert, what events are we going to see out there in this year?
I'm going to be doing the medley relay, sprinting this year, so 50 free, 100 free, possibly 100 fly.
Okay. Is there a particular event that you're shooting for that you really want to get state qualified in this year?
I want to do 50 free and possibly 100 fly.
Okay. What is it about those sprint races that you enjoy?
It's really fast. You just swim and then you're done. You don't have to really pace yourself.
There you go. Just go as hard as you can.
Yeah.
There you go.
But they all hurt. Every race hurts.
Yeah. Just in different ways, right?
That's right.
All right, we'll move over here to Meg. Meg, what events are you going to be swimming this year for Alamogordo?
I swim in the 200 medley relay doing breaststroke, the 200 free relay, 50 free individually, and the 100 breaststroke.
All right, do you have a favorite event? Is there one particular that you like more than the others?
Definitely the 100 breaststroke.
Okay.
It's really fun to do, and it feels good racing.
Yeah. And you feel like that's the event that you got the best chance of qualifying in state for this year?
I'm hoping so, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm shooting to break 1 minute 30 seconds.
And Coach kind of mentioned, injuries were a little bit of an issue for you last year? Or?
Yeah, I found out my sophomore year that I have a partially torn rotator cuff, so that kind of limits my swimming.
Just have to try to kind of is it just a pain thing that you got to work through, or
mostly, yeah.
Okay. Well.
But we can also tailor what events that we're going to put her in. We're not going to put her in the 500 free because she can't train for that.
Yeah.
So we need to be smart. We need to look at when we're deciding who's going to swim what. We say not only what are they good at, what kind of training can they handle, what do they have the ability to really shoot for, so that we're tailoring the program to each swimmer.
All right. Let's move over here to Quinton, last in the group. We've finally got around to him. Quinton, what events are you going to be swimming for AHS this year?
I'm hoping the 200 IM and 200 backstroke. Again, I was pretty good at those last year, so I'm thinking I could get up to state, hopefully.
We're hoping so.
So those two, and then the relays and...
Yeah. And you mentioned he was one of the captains, right?
Yes, that's right.
Being a captain, that's obviously, you got a group of, some younger swimmers, I'm sure that's a part of being a captain, is helping them out, and then just, keeping the team morale up. How do you feel, what do you feel like your role is as a captain on the Alamogordo Swim Team?
It's to help build them up and keep them confident in their swimming.
Okay. Well, Coach, sounds like you also have a pretty decent group of kids that are new to the team this year. You got a new crop that are coming in. Talk about, well, first of all, we got this group here. Tell us about some of the other swimmers we should be watching out for AHS this year.
Well, we do have Bryden Rosales, who is an 8th grader who's just come to us from the club team in town, as well as Allison Unks and Evelyn Clark. We're really excited to see what they can do. They've never been on a high school team before, and they are just 8th graders. So hopefully we'll have a few years with them, but I really think they can contribute this year. We have lots of new kids coming out that have never tried it before, and it'll be neat to see what they can actually do. And so while the entire team did not compete in our first meet, we just had 11 swimmers go down to El Paso last week. Saturday we will have our entire team joining us in Las Cruces, and so that will be their first event opportunity to compete, and we'll see what they can do.
Yeah. I know and I saw somebody else that performed well at the El Paso meet. Ian Niedermeyer had a
Yes.
good meet down there, so it looks like he's going to be one of your top swimmers as well.
He is. He won both the 50 and the 100 free, and I'm excited to see what he can do. So I think he's got a good shot at the 50 free state cut. He was about half a second off, and for your first meet in the season, that's really exciting. So we'll see what we can do there.
Okay. Well, we'll look forward to seeing what else. I'm sure there'll be some more names that we'll watch throughout the year as well. First off, we'll go around the table here and talk about that first meet of the season. Quinton, I mean, how did you feel? You got to go down there and swim in El Paso this past weekend. How did you feel like you performed?
I felt pretty confident. I got injured during warm-up, so I tried my best. I still did pretty well, so.
And injuries okay? Was it just something for that day that was bothering you, or?
It still kind of hurts, but we're good.
Okay. So. Meg, how about you? How was that first meet of the season for you?
I was very proud of myself and my times. I flew through the breaststroke, and I was completely happy with myself. Coach got me through that really well. Unfortunately, my shoulder kind of got in the way after I swam the 50 free, but Kecrya actually was a great team player, and she put herself into the 200 free relay for me and took my place, and she did really well.
Very good. Robert, how about you? I mean, what did you feel like first meet of the season? How were you feeling afterwards?
It was a pretty good meet. I felt okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I think threshold to pace myself for state.
Okay. Good. Haley, how was that first meet of the season for you guys?
It was pretty good. I did my 500. I got second place on that, and then it was pretty good.
Yeah, time-wise, I mean, were you happy? Or
I gained a few seconds, but I mean, it's the first meet, and I was basically working on like my technique and stuff. And then my 200, I got third place for that one, and so yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay, very good. Dana, how about you? How was the first meet of the season for you?
I actually did not get to go.
Okay, that's what I thought. I knew there was one name in here that I didn't see, but let's look forward to the meet this weekend down at NMSU. I mean, what are you shooting for? Is there some times that you want to hit this weekend?
On the 100 breast, I want to hit right around 130, just to get a good starting point for the season.
All right. Kecrya, I mean, overall, how did you feel like you swam down there in El Paso?
I felt really good for the 100 back. I got first for that event, and for the first meet of the season, to get a 109.82, that's pretty good to start off the season for my goal. And like Meg said, I took her place in the 200 free relay, and that was good.
And that was immediately before the 100 back.
So you had to turn around and do your favorite event right afterwards. Was it a big challenge for you, you felt like?
Leg-wise, but I think I still got a good time.
She really did. She did great.
All right.
They all did. They just did so well, and I was very proud of them. And it was a great starting off for the season.
Yeah, and as you said, you didn't take the full team down there, and as a team, I mean, you guys were very competitive against the El Paso schools down there. So, I mean, as a coach, you had to be very excited the fact that you guys overall in the meet were really able to push against some of those teams down there.
I was, and it's fun to swim down in El Paso. In New Mexico, especially in Las Cruces, you have swimmers that can choose if they want to swim in the high school team. They all go to one high school. Makes that team very difficult to beat, and it's hard to be competitive against them. In El Paso, it's not that way. So you have lots of good swimmers divided up amongst lots of different teams, and then you have other swimmers that don't have as much experience, and so it is a much more competitive environment for our swimmers.
All right, very good. Something else I'm curious about. I mean, you guys all seem to get along. Kecrya, we'll start with you. I mean, talk about this team chemistry. It seems like everybody's friends. Everybody has fun with each other. Is that important for you guys to be successful? And you feel like that you guys all do get along?
Well, I get along with everyone, and it is a team effort, yet an individual sport. But it's nice to have teammates there to cheer for you, and it's very supportive, and it helps a lot. So,
yeah, and Dan, I'm sure that there's a competition within the team a little bit. You guys want to obviously, you're racing against each other during practices and things like that. But friendly competition, is that fair to say with you guys?
Yeah, it's
very friendly. Okay, that's what we want to hear. But I mean, how does that help you? That competition aspect within the team. How does that help you personally as a swimmer? You feel like?
Well, since I know them, it pushes me more to beat them.
Yeah. All right. Good. Hailey, are you? How many of you actually do swim? Are you the only one who swims the long distance on the girls' side, or do you have a couple of you that are going to be swimming?
I think we have another person that's getting ready to do distance more. I think she's going to do it in the meet.
That's right. Allison Unks, the 8th grader that I mentioned, she will be swimming the 500 for the first time on Saturday. So we're excited to see what she can do.
So, I mean, for you who has experience in that, are you trying to help her along and help her, with some of the, I'm sure, timing and breathing and all the different things that are important in that kind of race?
Yeah, it's definitely, a lot of it is pacing yourself, and that's what, if you're not a distance swimmer, you have a lot of a hard time with that. And you just got to keep a consistent time overall, and that's why we do a lot of different distance work during practice, and she's definitely working on that.
Did you have anybody that kind of, an older swimmer that helped you out with that before, or did you kind of have to kind of take that role yourself?
There's really not a lot of distance swimmers, so sort of, Coach was helping me with that, but there's really wasn't a whole lot of distance swimmers to help with that.
Gotcha. Robert, I asked Quinton this a little bit earlier, but, again, you're one of the team captains, and you've got a ton of experience with this group. We talk about the chemistry, but also, the leadership. Do you feel like you've got to be one of those people on the team that's helping some of the younger swimmers and helping them get where they need to be?
Yes, sir. As a team captain, you're supposed to make sure that everyone behaves, everyone's ready for their event, make sure everything goes smoothly. That way the coaches don't really have to worry.
Yeah. It makes it a couple extra eyes out there, a couple people adding some motivation for everybody. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
All right. Meg, talk about the within the girls group, and it seems like it's one big team. I know you've got a girls team and a boys team, but it seemed like you guys are kind of all together as one group trying to do well out there and help each other out. Is that fair to say?
Definitely. I would definitely agree with that. At practices, we're all together. There's boys and girls in your lane. You're all in the same group. We all meet at the same times, and even going to meets, we're all on the same bus. The boys and girls aspect, it definitely comes together, and we all try to push each other. On the girls team especially, I'm really looking forward to a lot of our new 8th graders that are coming along, and Coach Colleen, Coach Germain, and even Jill has been helping us a lot to prepare them, and I think that with the older swimmers, we're going to succeed really well at the Las Cruces meet.
Quinton, how would you describe this group of people? You've been on, this is how many years on the swim team now?
4 years.
How does this team maybe compare to previous teams? Do you feel like that the group's a little bit closer overall, or kind of similar to what you've seen?
Yeah, we're really close. I've seen a kind of drive flare up with them, and they're really good.
All right. Coach, we should also mention that you've got a couple of your own, and when I say that, your own children that are going to be swimming on the team this year as well, right?
That's right. Our 2 oldest, Isaac and Julia, are both freshmen this year, and they are swimming for the second year, actually. They swim as 8th graders, and this year they're swimming as 9th graders.
All right, very good. And it seems like it's a family deal for you. Everybody kind of, getting involved with swimming is for your entire family. Is that fair to say?
Unfortunately, they don't have a choice. They are all swimmers.
Okay.
And you want to play basketball? Too bad. You're a swimmer. You want to play football? Nope, you're a swimmer.
There you go.
That's just how it goes. We don't have time to do every sport out there.
Gotcha. I understand. You got a lot of kiddos to keep track with there, so I understand that. I know something else that I do want to point out. Unfortunately, because of the facilities, you guys don't get a home meet. It's been a few years, but we want to make sure that everybody knows you guys are out there, because unfortunately, you guys don't get the the fans that are going to be able to come out and watch you unless they travel and go out to a meet. But you guys do get a lot of support from your families, and there seems to be a lot of other people that really seem to be interested in what you guys are doing.
Yeah, that's right. And we only have 2 meets that are really close, which is Las Cruces in November and then another one in January. The majority of our meets are actually over in Carlsbad and Hobbs, so that's quite a trek, and we do that in a one-day meet. We don't stay overnight. We just leave early in the morning and get back later at night. So it makes for a long day, but we do have a lot of the swimmers' parents that come out and support us there, and that's great. The NMAA regulations state that you can't hold a home meet unless you have diving as well. And so we don't have a regulation board. So even if we had a year-round pool, unless they changed the depth of the pool, we couldn't have a regulation board. So we're kind of stuck at this point. And maybe in the future that will come to pass, and we certainly hope so. But right now we're making the best of a hard situation. And I think we're going to change our logo to the Land Sharks.
There you go, something like that. That's pretty good. Well, you guys, I mean, I can't help but be impressed with, the teams, the kids still coming out and wanting to be involved with the swim team, and I think it has a lot to do with these kids. Is it fair to say? I mean, the fact that these swimmers are out there, making everybody wear at the high school, the swim team's out there, and that it's still going on for you guys.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not on campus the way they are, but I know that a lot of times they'll say, "Hey, I've got a friend that wants to come swim." I'm like, "Well, bring them on out."
Yeah. And I think, everybody, a lot of people out there, get involved in swim, but it's something different to be involved in competitive swimming. So I have nothing but respect for all you guys and the hard work that you put in and the extra time to go out to the base and do all that stuff. And then, of course, you got your schoolwork and all those kind of things. So you guys are awesome. I hope that it's a great season for you guys. Coach, expectations, you guys are just looking to make sure you get the most amount that you can to get up to state, and that would be a good season for you guys?
We would love to have a couple state qualifiers, either individually. I think we can have a couple individual qualifiers and definitely some relays. I'm really looking forward to that this year. I don't know if it will happen, getting everybody on the same day is certainly a challenge, but they've surprised me every single year before this. So this is my 4th year coaching, and we've managed to have state meet qualifiers every year, even if it's at the very last meet.
Doesn't matter when you get it, just matters that you get it. There you go.
Right.
All right, well, best of luck to everybody this year. Again, you guys are down in Las Cruces tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. It's at the NMSU Natatorium tomorrow.
That's correct. Outdoors.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting.
It looks like it's going to be a pleasant day tomorrow, so hopefully it'll be okay.
50 degrees at 9 a.m. It'll be great.
Yeah, I didn't think about the time. If it was in the afternoon, it would be a little bit better for you guys.
That's right.
And then, of course, more meets coming up in December and January, and district and state coming up in February. Long season for you guys. Coach, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Good luck this season, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.